Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peter Likes Books. Okay, so I was gonna do another book tag video today, but quite frankly, I've done quite a few book tags. So I was like standing in front of my bookshelf over there and I was like, back to school, autumn's coming. What books am I gonna read this fall? Because I always kind of like to get an idea of what I wanna read for the fall. And then or whatever season's coming up. I don't do it by month typically, like I never do Tbr'S. I always do like by the season. And then I pull books down that I wanna read and I set them over there in my kitchen and like that's what I pick from. So I guess it's kind of a TBR. This is a kind of TBR video, I guess. Kind of back to school TBR, but I'm not going back to school because I'm so educated that you all should listen to what I have to say. So anyway, I just pulled down like 15 books. Some of them I've shown in hauls, some of them I've had forever, but they're books that I really want to read this year and this fall. So I thought I would just go through them. Hi! I would just go through them and talk about each one. Most of these you guys will know or have heard of. Some of them, if you don't, it's because, well, I don't know why. So anyway, the first one that I want to read, and it's because it's coming out as a movie, is Wonder by R.J. Palacio. I've heard amazing things about this book. Everybody's like, just read it, it's so short, just read it, it's so short. And 10, I don't know what that means. I got it at half price books. But anyway, I've heard so many great things about this and I can't wait to read it. So that's the first one. I want to read it before the movie comes out. The next one I got at Barnes & Noble. I actually paid full price for this, which was, only $9.99. And it's called Absolute Brightness. The complex, illuminating, and beautiful book reminds us we have to look for the light even in the darkest corner, said Brian Selznick, author of The Invention of Hugo Cabret. It's about this gay kid that goes to live with another family and then like he goes missing or something, I think. One day Leonard goes missing. Phoebe, her family, and her community fight to understand what happened and to make sense of why someone might want to extinguish the beautiful absolute brightness that was Leonard Pelkey. So I'm really excited about reading this. I've wanted to read it for a long time. When I was doing Diversathon last year, this was one of the books I put on that. I never even started it. So the next book was a purchase that I got from the Book of the Month Club last year. It's now out in paperback and I see it everywhere and it's gotten rave reviews, and that is Noah Hawley, Before the Fall. And it's about these people that are in this plane crash and then like the aftermath of that and like a mystery that's woven around it. I always find super, super interesting books through the Book of the Month Club. I unfortunately am no longer a member, and I'll tell you why. Because for whatever it is a month, $20 or something, I'm like, and see, just so you can have that Book of the Month thing on there right there and pick from 5 books. One of which, so anyway, I just look on there now and see what books they picked. The random jurors, 12 Angry Men. So I just go in there and I look at the books that they've picked, and then I'm like, okay, which ones of these do I want to go buy at half price books for half the price? Instead of paying $20 have it shipped to me. It's foolish, right? So anyway, the other reason why I stopped getting from Book of the Month Club, and they thought this was ridiculous when I said it, and I don't really care, is because they pushed that Ruth Ware's A Woman in Cabin 10, which was hands down one of the worst books of last year. I mean, if there could be a worst stress list for books, that book deserved to be in the top 5, hands down. The next book has been out forever. Okay, my friend Craig gave this to me years and years and years ago. I've never read it. So many people have told me that this is like a phenomenal read. I'm really wanting to read something nonfiction this year. I was going to say Hocus Pocus. Helter Skelter, I'm like struggling so hard to get through. So that is The Devil in the White City by Eric Larson. All of Eric Larson's books, none of which I have read, are supposedly amazing. Everybody tells me they are, so yeah. The next book is my most anticipated read for fall of 2017, and that is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I have heard so many good things about this book. Now, a lot of people have been like, oh, that book is crap, whatever, but I'm really excited about it. I started it last year, I think, for some like readathon, and I sat out on the porch and I read like the first chapter, and I was like, oh, I really like this, and then I didn't go back to it because I was finishing other stuff. So I was reading actually this forum. Don't, if you're a YouTuber, go read any forums about you. They just chew you up to pieces. They just chew you up to pieces and spit you out, right? And so these people were talking about my other channel, my main channel, which is a drama channel. But anyway, they were saying on there like, they said some stuff about my husband being much younger than me. And then they said, which, I mean, he is, but what's your point? And then they said, something to the effect of, oh, and he has a booktube channel too, but he never finishes any of the books he reads, and he never finishes any of his readathons. I was so hurt. Listen, they came for me, my looks, my age, my marriage, but the thing that pissed me off the most is they came from my booktube channel. I was like, oh no ma'am, you ain't coming from my booktube channel. The next one is, because I'm absolutely obsessed with zombies, is I want to read Rotten Ruin by Jonathan Mayberry. I've heard really, really good things about this. I've actually read Patient Zero, and so I'm excited about this. Okay. Oh, this tired old thing. This is like that sweater you buy at Forever 21 and you think it looks so cute in the store, and then you get it home and everybody's like, oh, I had that sweater, I don't know. It was cute for a week. And that's City of Bones right here by Cassandra Clare. So many people tell me they love it, and the other half tell me they can't stand it. So, I mean, people like have some real serious distaste for Cassandra Clare. I've never met a writer that people hate so much. But anyway, and I don't really know anything about why they do, so leave it in the comment section below. My voice is getting more southern as this video goes on. I don't know why. I said to my good Judy Tanya the other day, I said, do y'all think I have a southern accent? She goes, yes. I'm from Indiana. How do I have a southern accent? The next one I just did in the haul, and that is Black Rabbit Summer by Kevin Brooks. I want to read this in September as kind of like a farewell to summer, because it's supposed to be about, I don't know, like a mystery happens to these 5 friends. They haven't seen each other for a long time. Okay. And then I also, in the same haul, got The Silver Eyes, 5 Nights at Freddy's. The sequel is out to it right now, by Scott Cawthon and Kira Breed-Rissick. I've heard amazing things about this book. And Final Girls, a novel by Riley Sager. Now, this looks totally like something I want to read. It's like these girls are remaining girls from like mass killings. Dylan, the Reader 5, said he did not love it, but it wasn't bad. So it was just okay, was what he said. But I'm excited about reading it, so. And then the next one is, you know, I was supposed to do a whole year. Like, this would totally prove that forum, right? But I was supposed to do like a whole year of where I read all of like Chuck Palahniuk. And I made it through Fight Club, and that was it. But I really want to read Haunted this fall. I've heard good things. I love all his books, you guys. Do you guys like him? Somebody just tweeted me the other day, and they said, I had to DNF. I can't remember who you are, I'm sorry. But they said, I had to DNF Fight Club, Peter. I'm really sorry. Like, I wrote the book. I didn't. And even if you said it to me about a book that I wrote, if you have to DNF my book, because you know I did write a book. If you had to DNF it because it was such crap, I totally understand. I still love you. But anyway, they were like, I just couldn't. It was too sexual and too violent. Well, that's kind of Chuck Palahniuk, you know. I guess I should say that. If you're going to read anything by Chuck Palahniuk, it's very sexual and very violent and just very out there. But Haunted is supposed to be really good. I need to trim my beard. My nose is driving me crazy. Okay, Ricky Tikki Tavi, she sent me Lily and the Octopus by Stephen Rowley, and she said it was one of her all-time favorite books. People have told me that if I loved Art of Racing in the Rain, that I would really like this book. I loved The Art of Racing in the Rain. I mean, it's hands down one of the most fantastic books ever. So I'm excited to read this, but I've been kind of saving it for like a vacation, so. Okay, oh my God, my books are about to topple over the floor. And then the next book that I want to read, and I can't remember, somebody just sent this to me. So whoever sent it to me, I apologize. I showed it in the haul, I showed it in my vlog. I need to write in my books when I get them, like who sends them to me. I'm gonna start doing that. It's Parasite by Mira Grant, because I talked about how I loved like The Hot Spot and those books that are about like contagion kind of things that happen. Oh, I love that stuff that happens in the world. So if you know of really good books that are like that, please, please let me know below. But she sent me Parasite by Mira Grant, this year's most contagious thriller at a special introductory price. Excuse me. And then the last book that I have, I was sent to as well, and I've been wanting to read this for a while, and that is Patrick Susskind's Perfume, The Story of a Murderer, international bestseller. In the slums of 18th century Paris, a baby is born. Jean-Baptiste Grunel clings to life with an iron will, growing into a dark and sinister young man who, although he has no scent of his own, possesses an incomparable sense of smell. He apprentices himself to a perfumer and quickly masters the ancient art of mixing flowers, herbs, and oils, but his quest to create the ultimate perfume leads him to commit a series of brutal murders until no woman can feel safe as his final, horrifying secret is revealed. Okay, I have to tell you, this book has come up so many times in the last month, and I was like, I have that book, so I finally pulled it down, and I was like, I think it's time to read it. If a book comes up that often, if you're like hanging out with your friends and a book consistently comes up, you need to read the book. And that, my dears, is all I have. So, no tags today, nobody to tag. And I will be back tomorrow. I don't have any idea with what kind of video, but please come back. I try to have a lot of fun and talk about books. And I love when you watch like new people. Like this is my very first video. If you go back and watch it, and it's like, well, I don't really know what I'm gonna do on my channel. I guess I'll do like book lists and book reviews, and it's gonna be real nice. And I like books, so I pretty much it drives me crazy. And then you watch them a year later, like me, and they're like, ah. Anyway, all you need to know is Peter likes books. Subscribe. Bye.